So here I am. It's the famous Keith Gettysburg. You know, people, some very few, but some people know me from, leaving some of the most over-the-top comments under the WWE videos, clips that I see on YouTube. And I just wanted to express my deepest and most heartfelt condolences to Jim Hellwig, the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, his legal name was changed to Warrior, I know that, so. But to me, he meant everything. To me, he's the reason why I even care about WWE at all. He's the only reason why I even started watching WWE. You know, for me, watching Ultimate Warrior, made me believe in myself. It made me believe in, being a overcomer or being strong, and it made me believe in working out, taking care of my body. It made me believe in diet and exercise, things like that as a child. And, I actually started working out when I was 9 years old because of him, because of getting wrestling magazines, and every magazine that he was in, I would go get it. I'd ask my dad, go get it, go get it. And he'd go get those magazines, and I'd pin his posters up all over my walls, and him in a steel cage match against Ravishing Rick Rude, and all of that stuff I had on my walls in my bedroom. And I'd share with my friends at school, and we'd all sit around and watch, WWE on Saturday, superstars, wrestling superstars, and Wrestling Challenge, and all of that stuff that was out when I was a child. Those were the wrestling shows back then in the golden era. But I just like to, just say that Warrior and Warrior fans and people that loved the Warrior, that I loved him deeply. He was, bigger than life, larger than life. He was more than just a wrestler or a character on TV. He brought a lot of positive things to my life, and that's big, as a black person, idolizing this guy. He was white, and he was just huge. He made you forget about what color you were, what people thought, any of that stuff. The Ultimate Warrior stood for so much, and he was the guy that could break you out of that box of life, and and stereotypes, and all that crap that we deal with on a daily basis for absolutely who knows, and make you believe in almost a perfect world, in an ideal world. It was breathtaking. It was refreshing to watch him run to that ring. It was a beautiful thing, and I thank him for the inspiration. I just want to say, you'll never be forgotten. You'll never be, your memory will just live on. Your legacy cannot be tarnished by the DVD, by anything. And I went and bought that DVD just to have some memorabilia of Ultimate Warrior matches and stuff like that. And I mean, all the stuff. I mean, the smart fans know the Warrior. You could feel who he was just through his character, without even ever meeting him. You could just know that this guy's a good guy. He has to be a good guy to be such a positive role model for kids. And for us to love somebody like that and cleave to them, you got to have a good heart to do what he did. And he was awesome, man. So, nobody cares about that DVD that they put out. I know I didn't. I watched it just to watch him, just to see him, and I tuned into the Hall of Fame induction just to see him, not even really to see what he said, which was one of the reasons as well, but just to see him, get his respect and get what he deserved long ago. And it was time Vince, did the right thing with him and Warrior. And I thank him. I applaud him for standing up for what he believed in. Many people might feel like, oh, why did he go so far with it? I applaud you for standing for something, even when people talked about you and dogged you and were negative about you, and wanted to make you out to be a bad guy. You got to stand for something, man, or you'll fall for anything in this life, is what they say. You got to be the guy, and Warrior was the guy that could say no when 1,000,000 people said yes, that's the type of guy that I want to look up to. That's the type of guy that I would want to believe in and stuff like that. So I had to make this video because I love the warrior. God bless his spirit. God bless the opportunity to even see something in such awesome talent. It was like, you know, when Elvis died, or when Michael Jackson died, or, you know, when you know, the greats. He was one of those type of guys. He was an icon, a legend, somebody that'll live on. Greatest of all time. One of the greatest of all time. I would say the greatest, but definitely one of the greatest of all time. Unarguably, one of the greatest of all time. You cannot argue that. So, I love you, warrior. Biggest fan. Yeah. God bless.